Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay. Happy Monday, y'all. It's been a day. Every day is a day right now. I don't think we're going to have a calm one for at least 6 more months. Um, Today at like 11:30, I realized that the kids have a dentist appointment today at 2 o'clock. And our dentist is not close. It's an hour and 30 minutes away. They're a phenomenal dentist. So that's why we drive to them. The kids love them. They're comfortable with them. They're just really good dentists. So we've always just done the drive for them every 6 months. And I wasn't. Everyone's like, why didn't why didn't you cancel? Because I don't want to. They are due. They need their cleaning and their fluoride and whatever they do with the dentist. I don't even know. It's just um. So why didn't you? But because I'm like, I don't want to have to land in California and immediately be trying to find a dentist and get an appointment. So I was like, no, we'll suck it up and I'll go. So it's been a little bunkers today. I was rhinestoning in the waiting room. I'm determined to finish tumblers. I told you guys, I'm like, I've got to finish some of these tumblers. So I've been working on my dragon. So the top has all the pattern on it, but I decided I'm going to do the entire top this in a solid band. And then I'm going to do the details around the dragon. And then the bottom, I can't decide if I'm going to go and do the solid bottom or not. I haven't decided, but we're still working on this guy. This is Dragon's Eye. I think this one still exists up on the website, but if not, this is actually a good one to show because if I didn't look to see if Dragon's Eye was up and available, but if it is not, today's bundle, there's a trio, and today's bundle works with this tumbler. So we're gonna whip it out. Okay. So it is $3 off. We did a bundle. We did a bundle today as our rhinestone bundle. It's a rhinestone trio bundle. And I bundled them together because the colors work together. They can work on today's tumblers that are launching. They work on hello, Miss Akua Malulani. Your name is one of my favorites. That's um it works on this dragon one that I decided to revisit and finish. Hello, Miss Jessa. And so I bundled them today, and it's if you buy the bundle, you get $3 off. Okay, so it's regular 25 something, and it's on sale for 22. Okay, so you're saving by bundling them. You're gonna get one Te Amo, one Garden of Eden, and one Witch's Poison. And so all of these have colors that go on this dragon. This would also work on the spooky zombie cat. These will work on the Halloween house. These will work on all three tumblers that are launching today. And so we've launched the vinyls where now we're doing the tumbler that like you can buy the pre-sublimated tumbler or you can get the sublimation sheet. And we've now launched where we're now adding the full vinyl wrap. So if you want to wrap the tumbler with a vinyl instead of a sublimation print, you can do that. But we haven't done a vinyl wrap in a minute. So I wanted to show that on this live in case anybody is like hesitant about it. So today's bundle is the rhinestone bundle. And it's going to come with one Te Amo, which obviously you can see in Te Amo. It comes with 2 accessories. I'll take them out. It's going to come with a big rose and a little rose for Te Amo, which is very fitting for most of these tumblers, all of the tumblers. They all have some form of flower on them. So you're going to get one large rose and one small rose. And then you're going to get the bag of stones. These are going to have some half pearls. These are going to have like the lavender half pearls, light baby pink with the little splash of glitter in each stone. You're going to have jelly white, jelly black, and it looks like a very soft baby pink and a very soft baby lilac. Okay, so this is like a pastel-y mix with some jelly white and jelly black in it. And then it's also going to come with one large flat back rose you glued on just like you would rhinestones, and one little baby pink one. So that's one of the glitters that comes in the bundle. The rhinestone, sorry. The second one is Garden of Eden, and this is going to have some jelly lavender, some aquamarine, some light lavender, some dark purple, some dark aquamarine, and some fuchsia. Okay, so this is going to be your Garden of Eden micro mix. And then you're also going to get a Witch's Poison micro mix. It's going to come with a deep dark fuchsia, black jelly, like a minty, pretty minty green, and like a grape kind of burgundy purple. Okay, I use this rhinestones. Yes. All right. So this is what's in the bundle. You're going to get one of each. You're going to get one standard size, which is a 50-gram bag, and then you're going to get 2 micro mixes, one of each. So if you want 2 of each set, just buy 2 of the bundles. Okay. And then because they're bundled together, you get $1 off each one. So it's $3 off. Okay. So you're saving $3 by buying it as a bundle. Okay. And I selected these specifically because they go with a lot of these fun tumblers that are out today. So this is a new tumbler with the daisies. These are, I wouldn't say these are Gerber daisies. I think these are osteospermums, just pretty little daisies, pinks, purples, lavenders, fuchsias. Okay. Cutie bat. Okay. With the flowers, and she's got like the mandala-y floral paisley kind of print in there. In her wings. Alyssa's obsessed with this one. And then we have our cute little witchy witch. Okay. You got the, like the head, the tombstones and the witches, the spooky little Halloween girl, the crows, the quintessential crows. There's a dragon in the background flying around. Super cute, fun, roses. Awesome. Okay, so those are the 3 that launched today. Those also will come in the vinyl wrap and the sublimation prints. Okay, and then there is new UV DTFs. There is a bundle up today, but I got to show these UV DTFs. Now, this one is more of a traditional Hawaiian color reds, bright reds and stuff with the hummingbird. So if you are a big fan of red, I know I saw your post. I was so excited, Margaret. If you're a fan of the big Hawaiian red tropical flowers, this hummingbird is going to be your jam. The mix that we did the other day, the Christmas holiday mix, I can't remember what we called it now, would be really pretty. You could put this on a tumbler, glitter in black, put this on the tumbler, and then just rhinestone this little piece. Be beautiful. But then the 3 mixes, but the bundle of the 3 will also go with these hummingbirds. You guys love hummingbirds. I love hummingbirds, so I get it. It's a thing. Big, beautiful, bright hummingbirds. You have 4 options. You have this one with the hibiscus. You have the tulips, the lavender, another hummingbird in red. So this is what I'm saying. You could do a glitter tumbler in black and then put these on the tumbler. So stinking pretty. And then use a piece of red vinyl and somebody's name in red vinyl. And then the dahlias and lavender. So you have dahlias and lavender. These 2 would go well on a cup together because the lavender blends. Dahlias and lavender. This one is called Dahlia Hummingbird. This one's called Lavender Hummingbird. This one is called Soft Paradise Hummingbird. And Tulip Hummingbird. Okay. And then we have Soaring Hummingbird. This one is actually in 2 pieces, so you can separate the hummingbird from the hibiscus and separate them if you want. And then this one's hibiscus hummingbird. Okay. And then the full wrap. This is a full sheet, actually. When we call them a full sheet, that means it's an 8.5 by 11. When we call them a wrap, that means the wrap is a 20-ounce wrap. So this is a full sheet. This one could have easily been done as a wrap, but I did it as a full sheet because I feel like you could still do a slice of this or a slice of this or a slice of this, and it would be beautiful, or you can slice it this way. Sometimes the reason we do the wraps is when it's something like this, where you're not going to want to cut it down. You want the exact image to go on your tumbler. So this is going to be a full sheet as an 8.5 by 11. So if you go on the website right now, we now have them sorted. We have a whole UV DTF section where it's going to say wraps, sheets, wraps, sheets. Does it say sheets? Let me bring up the website. Now I'm questioning myself. I just did it last night. UV DTF, full sheets. So that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a full sheet. It's an 8.5 by 11. Then you're going to have wraps. Those are going to be sized for a 20-ounce tumbler. Then you're going to have standard. These are going to be standards, standard size. They're not all going to be standard size. Standard size is 3.5 inches. Most of ours are closer to 4 inches. I prefer closer to 4 inches. The standard industry size is 3.5. I prefer closer to 4. So we squish them to a closer to a 4. And then you have minis and keychain size. Okay, so there's minis, which are going to be the little tiny guys, and then there's mini keychains, which are going to be about 2.5 inches. Yes. All right. So all these beautiful hummingbirds are on the website. Okay, and then she's so pretty. So she's got the little cheetah spots, the very, very vibrant. The butterflies from yesterday would be so pretty with this. To do a slice, like to do a V-split or a piece of this, and then some of these big, beautiful, bright, how pretty are those together? This is from yesterday. Okay, so there we go. And then we have a full sheet of the pink roses. So pretty. And again, so pretty. Okay, pink roses. Okay, and then the hummingbirds. Those are your UV DTFs for today. So you have 2 full sheets and 5 standards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 standards, and they're all hummingbirds. Okay, and then the tumblers. Oh, there's also a bundle. Y'all, this bundle is going to go quick. So it's another little keychain bundle, but it comes with a couple little extra accessories to match and make a cute little tumbler. So you could do a little snow globe tumbler with, you could do a little snow globe tumbler. You can make keychains. Okay, so this one, you are going to get the cute little snow globe accessories. These glow in the dark. I shouldn't say that. It's been a minute since I looked at them. Yeah, these glow in the dark. I'm like, it's probably been a while since I actually remember looking at these. These are little glow in the dark stars and moons. They're so stinking cute. You can put them in, you can use them in your epoxy just like you would glitter. You can put them in snow globes. You can put them in shakers, things like that. Okay, then you're going to get some of the little gems, okay, to put in your snow globe shakers. And then you're going to get 3 keychain blanks. And you're going to get 3 mini UV, spooky little mini UV DTF, so you can make little Halloween keychains, or you can make your snow globe and you can put your spooky little Halloween decal on the butt and do a little cute little Halloween themed and use these as the bottom. And then it's also going to come with a little dollop of white glitter. So if you want to glitter your keychain or add this glitter into your snow globe or tumbler, you can actually use a glitter tumbler. And then it comes because the cute little, it's just like cutesy and fun. We threw in a cute little straw cap, a little Highland Bowl straw cap. So you can mix and match these because you could do a little white tumbler with your Highland Bowl. Throw these in the snow globe. Put a little bowl UV DTF on there. So you can mix and match, but make a bunch of fun little creative things out of this. So this is your little bundle for today. 3 little keychain blanks, 3 little mini UV DTFs to go along with it. 2 little accessory packs. Whoops, I was supposed to go live on Instagram. Let's see. A little bit of white glitter and the little Highland Bowl. Sorry, get it to focus. There we go. Little Highland bow. You know, 3 little kiddos that are having birthdays. Yeah, my kids are obsessed with backpack charms. So 3 little keychains would be right up their alley. All right, now I told you guys, so those are the things that are new up today. We've got the 3 new tumblers. They come with the sublimation print or the vinyl also, if you prefer that option. Then all those UV DTFs and the new bundle. Okay. If you haven't been on the website, go check the website out. It's changed. The front page is very different. I've been working very hard to update our website a little bit. So we finally implemented all the updates. If you don't know this, we have a mailing list, but you have to subscribe to it, an email list. We're not going to sell your information. I don't even know how to do that. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that. I can barely figure out like turning my computer on and off. So I will never sell your information. When you subscribe to our email list, it's just subscribing to me whenever I have something really important to tell you guys. For example, like if I do a special coupon code for the day, it might only launch through the email list. Or we'll do a couple sale items, but you'll only know about them through the email list or something like that. We'll do like fun little things. We do them now. We do announcements. It's been a minute because I've been kind of gathering the reins since Emily's no longer here because she kind of handled that. But it's something I'm going to be working on and trying to make sure I do all the avenues when I announce things and you get it through the email list. But you might get little secret little coupon codes through being an email subscriber. So sign up to our newsletter. If you go on your computer, it's at the very, very bottom of the page of the first opening page of our website. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about getting spammed. I don't have time to spam you because I have to create every single email from scratch. I don't have time to do that. You're not going to get spammed. You're just going to get like cool things happening. When something really cool happens, so I take the time to do it. Yes, the website is so pretty. I've been working very hard to make it like more my aesthetic. I don't really know what happened on the first, like not that it was bad, but I'm like, well, I didn't really go with my aesthetic. I don't know what is going on here because you know me, I like my purples and my aquamarines and my blues and greens. So yeah, I mean, there was peacocks on the first page. So now it's a little bit prettier in my mind. I'm sure the website was fine. It's functional, pretty. And I have altered the what is on the website. So if you hover over products and you get the drop down menu, it has changed. So if you haven't looked at it, just kind of take a peacock, take a peek. Decals there's now a set for decals, which has the digital files, the double sets, glitter by designs, pre-cut vinyl decals, printed vinyls, sublimation prints, and water slides and DIY printable vinyls. But there is a whole section just to itself for UV DTFs. And so the UV DTFs has its own section because those are like our top selling ones. And then those have subcategories that you can click on if you're looking for a full sheet to like be able to do a V-split or something. If you want a full sheet, if you want a 20-ounce wrap, if you want a standard, a mini, or a keychain. So the standards are the regular individuals, okay? If you are looking for the full sheet mixes, they're going to be under full sheets, okay? These full sheet mixes are going to be under full sheets. All right, so I told you guys with this live, we are going to wrap a tumbler. So we're going to do a vinyl wrap on a tumbler. Vinyl wrapping is great, especially if you like the concept of doing, oh, I just took it, doing this. I prefer the sound and feel of an epoxy tumbler over a stainless steel tumbler. See, it's a little softer sound as opposed to the high pitched sound. I prefer this feel. I prefer the way it feels. I prefer rhinestoning on top of it. I love that I can add a little bit of razzle dazzle glitter to it. But this has epoxy over it. So this is a sublimated tumbler that has epoxy. But you can do this with a vinyl wrap. Because we're going to cover it under epoxy anyway, so you can do a vinyl wrap. So if you don't have the ability to do a sublimation print and wrap it and sublimate it, grab one of the vinyl prints. That's why we started doing them for anybody who doesn't have access for sublimation. You can grab the same, you can buy the tumbler from us already done, ready to go. Or if you have 20-ounce tumblers, if you have a stock of 20-ounce tumblers and you just want to wrap pretty designs on them, you can buy the vinyl wraps. Okay. And then I just brain farted. You can wrap it yourself and then glitter the butt. Okay, do your pretty little glitter butt. Do decorate your butt however you want. We've been just doing simple glitter butts. We can get more extravagant as we go. And then I do a coat of epoxy, and that first coat, I add a little pinch of glitter to it. This one I chose, I know what it is. I chose, oh, there's two glitters on here. We went with, this looks like a little pinch of maybe, it's the bright green glitter. It's got the funny name. It's like a Halloween name. I want to say Boomer, but it's not Boomer. What is this guy? Bam Bam. Pebbles and Bam Bam. Bam. I don't know why that makes me think of Halloween. Bam Bam. Okay. So pretty. So this is got Bam Bam on it. So this one on camera, it's funny. It almost looks like messy where you're like, oh, I don't want that big chunky. But in person, it doesn't look like how it's coming across on camera. It's super pretty on in person. And then I did my my little UV resin right around this edge to make sure this hard edge. I love Bam too because it's like limeade, my favorite alcohol ink color. And I do a little bit of UV resin along this edge to get it, make sure we have good coverage there. And then we do a second coat of epoxy and then it's ready to go. So this one is ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna do a vinyl wrap today because I haven't done one in a while and I wanna make sure anybody who's kind of dabbling into this, but a little intimidated by it, I wanna do show an example of doing a vinyl wrap, all right? So you can use scissors, you can use, you know, the tools that you have at home. The tools that I'm going to be using is painter's tape, but you can use Scotch tape or any kind of tape. Okay. I'm going to use a paper cutter. I couldn't find the little simple ones. So I'm going to use this big Mama Jamma because I couldn't find the little tiny ones. But you can also just use a ruler and a pen and or a craft knife and slice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be rhinestoning that one. I'm thinking, trying to figure out what rhinestones I want to use on this guy. I might be using a little bit of the Rebel Fairy and the in today's bundle. So today there's a bundle up. If you missed the very beginning of this live, so the pink glitter from Te Amo, those little pink glitter stones are on that pink would be super duper pretty. And then the aquamarine in Garden of Eden, the little micro mix for Garden of Eden here. And then for the green, I could also do from Witch's Poison. Okay. So today there's there's a bundle of 3 different stone mixes. It comes with Te Amo, Garden of Eden, and Witch's Poison. You're going to get one of each in this bundle, and it is marked $3 off. So it's a $3 discount. It's like getting a $3 coupon code. Okay. So it's because we bundle it, we always discount things we bundle. So this is $3 off as a bundle for those 3. So we're going to start this one. Okay. But let's do this. All right. So if you see these tumblers and you're like, I love it, but I want to try to wrap it myself. I love doing the full DIY experience. I want to DIY. This is how we're going to do a vinyl wrap. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do, you want to DIY just the rhinestones, but you don't want to DIY the vinyl, you can always just buy the tumbler pre-sublimated from us. Okay. All right. So we're going to take this. Should we do this one? Yes. Yes. Is that the one we're going to commit to? I don't know. I love this dragonfly one. By the way, today's mix, the trio also works with us from yesterday. Is there a rhinestone with navy and peach? No, there is not. There is navy in yesterday's rhinestone mix. And then if you go with the, give me just a second. Let me get there's one like a peachy orange. Hold on. Yesterday's mix has that navy color in it. And then, all right, so yesterday's Maker's Mix has the navy in it, and if you go into Maker's Mix in Bloom, this one is going to have, it looks like a cream rhinestone, but in a UV light. Watch this. Look at this. I have the UV light already set up. So in the UV light, hold on, just look right in the light so I can't see what it's doing. In the UV light, it goes like an orangey, it's like a peachy color actually. We call it orange because I don't want to mislead anybody, but it's like, I don't know why it's not really going through the bag. Hold on, let me pour it out. Okay, Angelina, all I saw on your comment was stop with the negativity, and I was like, oh, was somebody being naughty in the comments? Okay, Angelina, all I saw on your. Okay, so let me see if I can get this on a tray. And then look, in bloom, it comes with the little peach roses. So that's why I'm saying that. And then it has, see the little peach colored the little tiny little stones. I was like obsessed with these stones when they were all in the one bag. So it's got the peach rose that comes with it and the little peach stones. And then when the UV light goes on those cream colored ones, it's hard to show because it's really fast. They are peach, but the minute the light comes off of them, they start shifting. So in the sunlight, they're like a creamy orange. And then inside, they immediately shift back to that cream color. So that's what I would say. Grab yesterday's mix and get some in bloom. And then you're getting your navy. Oh, this in bloom mix is good. I'm going to take a couple of these out of stock for myself. I think I have some already, but that's a good, that's so pretty. Okay, let's wrap. Hey, hey. Okay, oh, let me turn that off. It's easier to show off the glow when it's in a big batch. I could just like hover it over and show you guys. In the little tiny cup, it's really hard. I've never tried in a little kind. Okay, are we wrapping? We're going to take a vote. Are we wrapping dragonflies or bat? Because I'm torn. I like them both. I like them both. I'd be stoked with each one of them. Either one of them. Bat. Sandra's super fast. She's like, bat. Bats. Okay, we got two votes for bats. Bats, bats, bats. Oh, Shelly Green came in with one dragonfly. Oh, it looks like it's a landslide for bats. All right, we're going to go with the bat. We've got a couple dragonflies, but everyone's saying bat. Okay, we're going to go with bat. He was my first instinct anyway, so we'll go with the bat. We'll stick with that. Sorry, y'all. Can I turn you guys upside down? No, shift. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to have you guys plugged in. Oh, we got enough charge to stay unplugged. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we're going to wrap this. So if you want to grab one of our vinyl wraps to be able to, so what we're going to hopefully do, we're going to try this. It was like 130 degrees in that trailer. It's on trailer in the, well, I guess it is, whatever you call it, the modular house over there that we call the studio, because the AC was off, and usually Diane goes in there midday and turns it on, so it's not like broiling hot. So I assumed it was on, but it was not, because I forgot to ask her to go up to the house. Anyway, long story. So I went in there and turned it on. I was dying. So we're going to attempt to wrap this and then go over there and glitter the butt and put it on a coat of epoxy and get this guy with the first round. I've also got a couple other projects I want to work on. If it's a million degrees in there still, because that air conditioning sometimes has a hard time catching up with that hot, I'm not going to be able to wear my mask. It's going to be way too hot in there to wear be like in breathing my own hot air and in there. So we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to try it. If not, we'll come right back in here and we'll keep playing in here. I got a million things I can do with you guys. All right, so I'm going to be using this little stand. You don't have to do that. Again, I'm one of those people, like, sometimes these tools are nice, but if you're just getting into this world, you don't need all these fancy tools. Save your money. Focus on just getting pretty stones, basic tools, and a couple tumblers. And then as you get good at it and you kind of learn what you like and what you don't like, that's when you start adding your tools. Don't go and buy all the tools all at first. Get your glue, get your rhinestone picker pencil, get your trays. We have trays on the website for under $1, the little trays. We have trays for under $1. We have the picker pencils for under $1. We have these new fun little closing and latching new little trays up on the website. Okay. So these you can put your stones in. We're going to be using a little bit of each mix today. So I got 3 trays. Okay, and they do have, you can pour back from these, but these are on the website. These are like $2.50, I think, $2 a piece. I can't remember. You missing story time with Summer? We did a story time with Summer yesterday. I can't remember what it was about because that's how my brain works. I just remember doing story time with Summer yesterday. Story time with Summer. No, we've not closed on the house in California. No. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. I'm ready to murder our tax accountant. He screwed up pretty bad, which is throwing the entire thing for a loop. But no. All right, so this will come printed. You're going to get the full sheet. We do not pre-cut these because we don't know what tumbler you're using. Every tumbler is slightly different. You can measure if you want. I'm going to create my baseline. I'm going to start here. Slice it off. Okay. Then I'm going to go in because I want to wrap this and have that seam be basically between the wings exactly. So I can see that it's a little too far away. So I need to go a little bit closer to this wing because I want that seam to kind of be right in the middle. Now you can do all your measuring for this. If you're new to following me, I can measure 97 times and it'll still be wrong. So I gave up measuring years ago. We just eyeball everything and we make it work. I'm a make it work kind of person because I got to make it work anyway. Okay. So I'm going to just, again, just quickly hold it, wrap it, see about where that seam is going to come over there. So see that seam is going to be closer to that wing than this wing. So I'm going to take another little slice off. With a little slice, a little zhuzh. Okay. There we go. So now the seam is going to be kind of right by both of them. Now, I could measure and make a mark. Yeah, I cut until it fits. Yep. Now I could measure and make a mark, but I'm going to do it with my craft knife. I've got a super duper strong craft knife ready to go. And we're going to do that as we go. So I'm going to show you this method using very limited tools. We have these craft knives on the website. You know what? I'm going to go put these craft knives on sale. Since we're using it and I'm saying use your basic tools and keep it inexpensive, let me go put these guys on sale. Craft knife. Why do Glitter by Designs pop up? Why doesn't my craft knife pop up? Our thing makes me absolutely bonkers. Our back office option, craft. Is it called Lily and Rose craft knife? It should just, why isn't it at the very top? It's literally called a craft knife. There it is, craft knife tool. All right, I'm going to put these guys on sale for $2. So if you search craft knife purple or craft knife tool, it'll pop up. And I put it on sale for $2. So you guys can grab one of these very inexpensively for doing your avocado. Yeah, so if you're going to be doing trying a wrap, you're going to do that. All right, so now you can see that this design is pretty much top to bottom. If I do this, we might be cutting off a hint of the leaf on the bottom. So I'm going to just do a little quick little zhuzh across the top to make it a little bit more even for the bottom. So we're going to take off a little breath, even space. Now, again, you don't need this big fancy tool. This is the big warehouse one. You can use a ruler and a craft knife and slice and cut, or just scissors. It's not going to be obviously as straight with scissors because you're going to be, not with me at least. All right. So now I'm going to use this guy. If you don't have one of these, don't stress. You don't have to have one. You can put a towel down on your table and use stir sticks or something to put on each side to hold it in place. Okay. Or you could take a towel, roll it up long ways and bend it into a U shape, like a hard U shape, and rubber band it. And you make yourself like a little nesting cradle between the two use. So like it'll be roll your cloth, your towel up like this, and then bend it like this, and rubber band it here and rubber band it here, and then you can take your tumbler and set it right here. Okay, so there's ways to do this at home without having to buy a cradle. Okay, now I'm going to use painter's tape. You can use any kind of tape. Yep, you can use an edging tool. All right, so I cut way too much. Okay, so now what I do is, now you can use a laser level light, even measuring. You guys, if you're in regular with me, I can do a level light for 10 years and still, and measure it, and you level it and measure it and level it and feel like I got the exact perfect level space and then still not get it. So I'm much better at doing this by eyeballing my straight up and down. So this is just a guideline. So this is just a guide. Okay, so this is going to give you basically a straight starting point. This is not going to stay on the tumbler. This is just here. Okay, so then we're going to go in, top of the tumbler. Make sure you remember where the top and bottom of your tumbler are. Okay, so we're going to know that this guy is going to go right here. Okay, I can take off a little zhuzh off the bottom of this piece and still have left over. You can also use an edging tool for this once the decal is on the tumbler, but we're going to go ahead and just, since I got my cutter slicer right here, we're going to go ahead and take that off now. Okay. So you can see it's still going to hang over just a tiny bit. Again, I could have done this with one fail, just measure and go, but that's not how I roll. I like to make it as difficult as possible. Okay. Zhuzh. Okay. Okay. There we go. So it still needs a breath off. Okay. So we got, where do we have a breath left? Top or bottom? Top. Another little hair's breadth off the top. Plus, if you watch me, I don't like to have the vinyl all the way to the very tippy top. There's a reason. You want your epoxy to be able to make contact with the stainless steel. Otherwise, your seal will break very, very easily when it's being washed and handled. So what we're going to now do when we apply this is we're going to actually come off that top a tiny, tiny bit, just so that the epoxy can come over the top and touch this tumbler right here. Okay, so that's actually going to, I need to take a little bit more off the butt. So I'm actually going to slice a little bit more off the butt. We good. Okay, now, perfect. Okay, so I can see there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to peel back this vinyl a teeny tiny bit. We're going to go there's something making a noise. It's probably Tux. I'm probably freaking out, and it's probably the cat. My cat from my house has figured out he can come down here and get snacks and love, and you can't keep him out of his warehouse. If that door opens, he bolts through it, and we keep kicking him out, and he bolts through. Oh, I think that's outside. Can you guys hear that? No, it's not turbo. It might be outside. I'm in here all by myself, and there's never weird noises like that. It's a weird noise. At first, it sounded like somebody was moving these bins right here. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, whatever it is right there. And I'm not scared. It's like if it was a mouse, but I was like, what is it? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so now we're gonna. Hello, everybody. If you guys are just popping on, there are new vinyl wraps. There are new sublimation prints. There are new pre-sublimated tumblers. There are new UV DTFs. And there is a bundle, a rhinestone trio bundle. When you buy the bundle, you're going to get it $3 off. So we marked it $3 off. I actually think it might be the bull. I think it's our bull. He's a real stinker. And they're in this pasture. I think he's outside. Let's make sure. I'm going to make sure it's not the bull trying to break through the fence. It's the bull. It's our bull. That's he's it's our bull. That's hilarious. I'm like it's starting to get louder and louder. It's our bull. It's outside. And he's like digging in the sand right here. He does that when he like one of our females is probably in heat or something. No, Bella's here, but Bella's very pregnant, so he's not trying to breed her or anything. She's super pregnant. Or maybe she's about to have a calf, so he's like getting protective of her. I don't know. He's that they're both hanging out right there, and he's like bang. He's like digging at the sand, but it's like hitting the side of the building or something. Isn't that funny that my brain goes, the only thing that would be back there is either the dogs digging in the dirt right there, because they dig holes to lay in the cool sand. I was like, or it's our bull digging in the sand. There's something going on right there. I walk around the corner. He's like, he literally goes, what? Like he's just looking at me. He almost came over because we give him so many treats. So funny. Man, no, your days are numbered. All right. So I am going to, sorry, back to the regular scheduled program. Which rhinestones would work with the garden dragon that flies? Get the trio. Yesterday's rhinestone mix, which is bath time. Either get like a couple bath times or get the trio. Or get a bath time and the trio. For sure. I actually, if you missed the beginning of this live, I said this trio would actually go very, very well with these dragonflies. And grab one of yesterday's bath times. Hi, Lori. Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to get this. There we go. All right. So then I'm going to, sorry, back to our regular scheduled program. We're going to take, we'll always want snackies. And the new trio bundle is $3 off. Yep. So we're going to peel this back about a ½ inch, 1/4 of an inch. You just need a little bit of that vinyl exposed. Okay. Because this is why I love vinyls over my preference over UV DTFs. Is we're going to now take this and we're going to butt this right up against that blue tape. Okay, and we're going to stick it down. And then we're going to take this. Okay, and we're going to wrap it around. And that's going to show us how straight they are. And pretty dang straight. It's off like a one width of a hair. So I'm going to leave it because I'm happy with that. I can always just go back in with my vinyl trimmer, my edger, and trim that little hair off, breadth of a hair. But I'm going to leave it. Now, I can also now go in along that blue line. So I could take another piece of painter's tape. So watch. Take another piece of painter's tape if you want to know how to get that easy line. Okay, and then I'm going to stick it to my shirt a whole bunch because I don't want it to be super sticky. I don't want it to affect my vinyl. So we're going to just stick it to my shirt, stick it to my pants, de-stickify it a little bit, get all the glitter that's stuck to my lap off my lap with this. And it just kind of takes some of that tackiness away from the tape. Okay, and then we're going to do this. I'm gonna roll it tight, okay? And then we're gonna take this tape and I'm gonna lay it directly on top of this. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. And then I'm gonna lay it directly on top of this. Okay, and then I'm not gonna press it down. I don't. That's gonna give you the exact seam line to now follow because we now layered it over the exact same tape that's underneath where we started our vinyl. And I'm gonna just take my super sharp craft knife. Do I have my glasses on? Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna take my super sharp craft knife and I'm just gonna go right very slowly along that blue line. Okay. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Then peel this guy off. This is why you don't want it super full stick. I know it's called painter's tape and it shouldn't be that sticky. It is. And it will also rip paint off your wall if you're painting with it. Just FYI, painter's tape doesn't mean it won't rip up your paint. I don't know why they give you that falsehood. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore because we know that that's coming up. Okay, feel all the little extra bits. There's like a little bit of blue tape there. Get all that off. Okay. Okay. So now we know that we've got this lined up really nice and neat, top to bottom, and we've got a little slight, like when I say slight, it's very slight. I just want to have a scotch of space here so that when we epoxy this, the epoxy will actually go over the vinyl and touch that metal. If it doesn't do this, if you take your vinyl all the way to the very, very top, there's nowhere for that epoxy to seal up and over that vinyl and actually make contact and stop. So even if you brush a little there in that space and kind of put it over the top, you're not creating a very good seal and you're not creating a quality tumbler. It's going to fall apart. You give it 6 months. It's going to, that's going to pop off and separate. So you want to leave this space to do a high quality tumbler. You want to leave a space here. If you don't like the tumbler showing there, you can always go in and do a very fine glitter there, and put glitter because the epoxy will saturate through the glitter to the metal, but it won't go through the vinyl. The vinyl is just going to leave it there. Now I don't have a squeegee. Oh, I could go run and get a squeegee. Let me go get one. Squeegee. It's nice to have a warehouse full of stuff. I thought I grabbed all my tools ahead of time, but I forgot about squeegee. All right, so now we're going to go in here and we're going to slowly pull that back of that vinyl away, the backing, and we're going to drop this down. If you guys are just popping on, there is a rhinestone trio today, discounted. It's $3 off because you're buying it as a bundle. There's 3 new tumblers that also have the image with a vinyl wrap and a UV DTF. I'm sorry, a vinyl wrap and a sublimation print available with the same print. There's new UV DTFs, beautiful hummingbirds, really super big, beautiful sunflower, and then some pink roses. Okay, so we're just going in with this guy. You can see as I'm going. Now this is gonna come, now because I pre-trimmed that, I don't have to worry about trimming at the end. So we're just gonna press this all the way in and it should match up beautifully down that seam line. Okay. And so we now have a vinyl wrap. Okay. There's a vinyl wrap. Yep. This is one of the OG things we taught. Okay. So now we have this beautiful vinyl wrap. I'm going to go around this top edge and make sure that seam is settled on there real nice and tight. We got no air pockets, nothing, because we don't want epoxy going down in there. Same for the bottom. This sucker is lined up right on that edge. It's like beautifully on that edge. Okay. Now, this is not done. This needs to be epoxied. Okay. The vinyl on here, if you're just going to use this to hold like pencils or I can't even think of other things that, or hold like your spatulas in your kitchen and you're not going to like be getting it wet or washing it or whatever. Or even if you wash it, you can hand wash it gently. You don't have to epoxy it. But to be a tumbler and to be used and washed on a regular basis, hold on, there's an air pocket here. Okay, so there's an air bubble right here. So I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to just poke a little hole. And I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to push all the air towards that little poked hole. So I could feel it with my finger. I was like, what is that? It's a little air bubble. Okay, and so we're going to squeegee all the air towards that bubble. Sorry, the bubble, squeegee all the bubble towards that pocket. Jesus. There's another little one right there. Okay, so that's going to lay it down nice and flat. Tiny little bubble right here. So where I'm choosing to poke the little holes is right on a seam. So I'm making sure like on the seam, the edge of the flower, the line of the flower, so you don't see the little poke holes. Get that bubble out of there. All right, perfect. Okay. Okay. Have we done a vinyl wrap on a 30-ounce tumbler? Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we've got this guy ready to go. So now what we need to do, we want to do is decorate his butt. So we're going to go and shift into the studio. Hopefully it's not a million degrees. Let's show off the new stuff really quick. So if you guys are just popping in, there is a trio up on the website today. There's no brand new rhinestone mix, but there is a trio that we put together in a bundle that's suitable for all the tumblers that launched today and a bunch of the tumblers from yesterday. Like it's going to be beautiful for this tumbler. This trio will work for this tumbler. I would still get yesterday's mix, a bath time mix, and then some of these. But this is a very versatile trio. You're going to get a standard size. It's 50 grams of the Te Amo, and then you're going to get the micro mix of the Witch's Poison and the Garden of Eden. Okay, so you're going to get one of each, and then because you're buying it as a bundle, we took $3 off. Oh no, Sanja. Okay, so okay, so this trio is up. There is still about 100 sets of yesterday's bath time ready to go. If you missed yesterday's bath time mix, it is up on the website and there's about 100 left, which sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot. There was like 375, 350 of them to start. So but there's still some left. All right. And then the new now, if you're not going to glitter it, if you're not going to do the glitter process that we're about to do on this tumbler, you don't need to vinyl wrap it, or you can just sublimate it and go. Okay. If you're not going to do this, where did I just put the tumbler? If you're not going to do this process where you put the glitter butt on and then put epoxy over the top and add glitter onto it, if you're not going to do that process, you don't need to do this next step. So you can just get either buy the pre-sublimated one or sublimate it yourself, buy the print and sublimate it yourself, and then go straight into rhinestones. The reason the vinyl works is because we're going to epoxy it anyway, because we're going to be adding the glitter to the butt and then glitter on the coat of epoxy. And so this, the vinyl will work for this option. Okay. The vinyl is your cheapest option to do it, but then you gotta seal it in with epoxy. It is a sweet deal, Mary. All right, so let's get jamming. Oh, so the new tumblers up today are this cute little spooky scene. Okay. The bat that we just wrapped, which we're going to work on, and the daisies. And today's trio will work for all of these guys, including yesterday's bath time. So if you want to grab one of those, you can as well. And then there's new UV DTFs. There's a new bundle. There's all of these are also available as a sublimation sheet or vinyl wrap. And then there is standard size. If you go on the website is new. We've updated and worked the website a little bit. And if you go onto the website, there's a whole section now that's called UV DTF, and it has subcategories from full sheet, wraps, standard. So this is considered a standard. Anything that's just like an individual decal, they can go up to 6 inches, 7 inches, some of them. So this is going to be the standard, and then this is going to be a full sheet. Okay, so these are 2 full sheets. And full sheet means it's going to be 8.5 by 11. It's going to be like a sheet of paper. It's going to be a full sheet. So these are the new two new full sheets for today. And then you're going to have all these beautiful hummingbirds as the standards that launched today. And then there is a new bundle. It comes with 3 keychain blanks, 2 little accessory doodad, like the little pink crystals, and then the resin, by the way, not real crystals. And then glow in the dark moons and stars. And then it's going to have 3 spooky UV DTFs, a little bit of white glitter, and a cute little Highland cow straw cap. And then the trio is on sale for today. Okay, so there's a lot on the website today. What was I going to look at for you guys? Oh, what was I going to look at today? And then yesterday, we launched a bunch of stuff yesterday too. So if you missed yesterday's live. Okay, so let's jam over to the studio. Let's everybody fingers crossed. So it's not 8,000 gajillion degrees. Otherwise, we're going to have to come right back in here. We can do rhinestone stuff in here. I've actually got a project in here to do, but we'll go over there because I do want to do some epoxy work. But if it's too hot for me to wear my mask over there, I'll have to skip it. We'll have to come back. Okay. We'll put that one in there. Okay, so we're going to take this guy over to start it. And we're going to take gingerbread over to start it because I just really want it. I'm going to do the gingerbread recipe one because I love it. I love baking. Y'all know me. I love my baking. And so I'm going to be using on the gingerbread. We're going to walk through the warehouse. Sorry, I've got so much in my hands. Sorry. For the gingerbread, I'm going to be using antique brass. You guys are very close. I'm going to be using antique brass and holiday hoedown. Okay, so we're going to go antique brass and holiday hoedown. Because I like the antique brass for the gingerbread colors, and then holiday hoedown. Because it's going to have the reds, the greens, gives me some black. And I can also use the red from Big Mouse in the House. Where's the other one? We're missing. But yes, holiday hoedown and antique brass for my gingerbread guy. But I want to get this one. I want to do a little glittering on him. So we're going to take him over. So we're starting our Christmas. We're starting to dabble into the Christmas. Nope. He was just causing a ruckus. I was going to show you guys our big old bull. We're trying to sell the bull, actually. Since we're leaving, we don't want to leave the bull on the property. Just a liability. He's pretty friendly, but he's a pain in the butt. He waits by the front gate, because there's another herd of females straight across from our gate, and he'll literally sit by the gate. And when somebody comes, like yesterday, the girl that came to pick up one of the bearded dragons, she had to call. She's like, this big black bull just ran out your front gate. And I was like, uh-oh. All right, it's not too bad in here. It's still like 85 degrees at least, maybe 90 degrees, but it was like 120 in here. No joke. That's not me being dramatic. I know I'm dramatic, but it was really like 120 degrees in here. At least now it's about 80. So we'll give it a whirl. And because I'm determined, I want to do this. Okay. Put up that vent. Ooh, you know what? Today's trio would also go really good with this tumbler. So I've got a tumbler lineup here. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. So if you have not done this step with us, we're now in the studio. I did not bring all the new stuff. Oh, farts. Should have brought all that new stuff over because people are going to want to see it. Sorry, I started sorting the Blue Jay mix. If you missed out on Blue Jay mix, I don't know if they got restocked when they got it bagged today and the numbers possibly got restocked up. It's a phenomenal mix. It's so pretty. Here, I feel like I'm gonna make a big mess. Okay. So I've got a lot that I have a lot on this table that I want to work on. Like I have big plans, but I'm the busiest person literally on the planet right now. So, oh, there, found them. I've been looking everywhere for these. I bought a second pair so I can have a pair here and a pair up there, but then I couldn't find that pair. Okay. So with this dragonfly needs another coat of epoxy. You can see it's got the shimmer. So this is what we're doing with the coats of epoxy. This one we went with a very heavy layer of glitter on here, and then we did the really pretty glitter butt. Okay. I think on this one, I'm gonna go get some gold leaf. Let's go play. We're gonna play a little bit. Oh, there might be gold leaf sitting right here, actually. There is gold leaf sitting right here. Okay. So we're gonna take a little bit of gold leaf because I love the idea of the gold leaf for this one because the pretty little center of the lotus flower. We've got the pretty little center of the lotus flower. And then if I put the gold leaf along the bottom edge, I could put also a little bit along the top edge. We're just gonna work on some of the fun little projects that I want to do. Ooh, it's hot. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to, we're starting another project just to see if I can sit in this heat and how long I think I'm gonna make it here. I don't think I'm gonna make it here very long. It's quite hot in here. It wasn't too bad when I first walked in, but sitting in it now, I'm like, pretty spicy warm. Okay. All right. So guys, I'm gonna bring your comments up. Bring you guys back up. Come on. Why is it going sideways? Nope. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of our, tack it over and over. We don't need a lot. And we're just going to add a little bloop into this cup. I separate my tacket from my project so I don't accidentally bloop it up. And I'm just going to kind of brush it across. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. And then I want to just kind of brush it along this bottom edge. Doesn't all need to be even or perfect. I want it to be a very kind of shatteredness, because we're going to be putting another coat of epoxy on it, so we can just have a little fun with this. And add some like visual fun to it. And then put our final coat of epoxy on. The tack it over and over. I'm not in a rush because it dries sticky. That's what we want. Okay. We just want a little sticky on the surface. Whoops. Okay. And then we're just going to do the same thing down here along this top portion, just uneven all over the place. Okay. Some is higher than others. Okay. Bloop. Okay. So now we're going to take our gold leaf. And we're going to take it and we're just going to stick it. Kind of stick it on. Pull it up, stick it. Okay. And brush it. Move it. Okay. The goal is not even. If we wanted it super even, we could do it more with maybe like a foil. This is meant to just be some fun texture. Pull it up. Keep pushing it down, rubbing it around. Okay. This is just going to add just a little something. The whole thing is, one, we do these tumblers because we want to be creative. Okay. We want to push ourselves a little bit, create something beautiful. You want to make something unique that Georgia next to you isn't making, right? Everybody can take a tumbler, throw epoxy on it, whatever, but you want to create something unique so that your stuff stands out, that you wouldn't just look at that and go like, oh, another, glitter tumbler. You want to make something that people are like, oh, wow, that's creative, right? Because that's what's going to make people want to buy from you, show that you're putting out quality product. Okay, so we're just tapping. Okay. Now, I know that some of this is going to be brushed away. I'm not going to stress about that. We're going to get that with our glitter duster brush at the end. Okay, right now we're just getting it on. Make sure all this tacky bits are covered. There's a little tacky spot here. Okay, we're just covering it, and then we'll have leftovers. We're going to come up here and do this up here. Okay. Hi, guys. We're just having crafty time today. Did you get the, don't forget the flower. Don't forget the flower. Don't forget the flower. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, the code would have worked with the IT club, but it wouldn't work if it was past the time that it ended. So if you tried to do it when the code had ended, it should have. I marked it that it was supposed to. The glitter 60 coupon ended later at night than the than the chaos, the 3 chaos. So if you did a late night purchase, but the glitter 60 worked, but the 3 chaos didn't, it was probably because the 3 chaos had already turned off and the glitter cup code was still working. Oh, the center weather dress. Oh, I'm not going to put it on there. I just like that the gold is going to bring out the color in that thing. Okay, so now we're going to take our glitter duster brush. Now we've got this all on here. This is where we make a big mess. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're just going to use our soft glitter duster brush. And this is going to wipe away anything that's not actually stuck down. So this is going to be any of the glitter, the gold leaf that's just kind of hanging out, but not attached to anything. No, not attached to any of the adhesive. And so you get this really fun little like distressed gold look. Now you obviously can do it your style. If you're like, oh, I don't like it all messy like that, then go and you can do a straight line with your glue. Tack it over and over and get a more straight line. I wanted it to be more kind of loose. A little bit more, not as structured. Okay, now I do want to go back through. There's a little bit of areas where the little bit of the white tumbler is showing. I probably just didn't get enough glue on there to really make it sticky. So we're going to go back through those little spots and swoop. Okay, then I'm just going to take these little bits, stick them on there. Okay, and I'm going to let that sit because I want that to really set on there. It looks like honey drips at the top, kind of. The bottom did what I wanted to. It looks more shadowed. The tops looks a little more structured. So I'm gonna Let me try to. Oof, this has got messy. Sorry, some of these do like are not shattery enough, and I want it more messy than like drips. So we're gonna just add a little glue, little bit around here, all these little shattered up pieces to make it look a little bit more of what I was going for. This is when this becomes like a piece of art for us, is like all this time spent like perfecting our design and how we want it. Oh, here. I'm so quiet because I'm so focused. Sorry, Instagram, I just realized I'm not actually on camera for you guys. Okay, let's get some more. Hi, guys. All right, so if you guys are just popping in, we're doing a little craft sesh today. There is a new bundle up on the website today. It's $3 off. You're gonna get 2 micro mixes and a 50-gram bag of a standard mix. There we go. This is much more closer to what I was hoping for. Okay, and a 50-gram bag of, it's Te Amo, Witch's Poison, and what was the other one, guys? Witch's Poison, and Garden of Eden. Okay, so it's those 3. It's 2 micro mixes and a resin rhinestone mix. And with them bundled together, you're gonna save $3. I've selected those specifically to be the mix today because they match the design, the tumbler designs that have launched today. So if you're going to try one of these tumblers and you're going to get the ones that launched today, that trio will work beautifully for you. I also recommend bath time that went up yesterday to also go along with it. So if you missed one of the bath times yesterday, I believe there's some up today. All right, so there we go. There we go. And then there's some new hummingbird UV DTFs today. Ooh, it's getting all stuck over to me. My fingers are starting to get the glue on the tips of my fingers, and because it stays tacky, it's everything's starting to stick to it and stay stuck to it. It's funny. Okay. All right, I'm gonna actually let this dry. So we've got the butt a little bit covered. Oh, it looks like the butt actually needs a little bit more. Okay, looks good. Okay, so we've got the butt a little distressed, and then we got a little bit along the top and a little bit up on the bottom. I just thought it was a pretty thing, and I want to give you guys, break you outside of your box to try something different. Experimenting is always fun. Okay. Mica flakes. Okay. All right. This one we're gonna let dry for a second, and then we'll go back through and do what we did with the glitter duster brush and brush off all that excess in just a minute. Okay, now what we're gonna do is work on our vinyl tumbler. This is the one that we worked on in the studio, sorry, in the warehouse. We did a vinyl wrap. So if you missed this live, this is a vinyl, a full sheet of printed vinyl. Okay, this is a full sheet of printed vinyl. We sized it, we cut it, we sliced it, we applied it. Okay, now we've got this tumbler. We're gonna, it's okay to do, oh, I got those gold flakes are gonna be the death of me on these cuts. Get them all off my fingers. I'm gonna get them everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this butt. I think I'm gonna glitter the whole butt on this guy. So let's go ahead and take our, instead of just the center, we're gonna take a little paintbrush and we're actually gonna glitter the butt instead of just filling the butt. Okay, so we're just taking our, tack it over and over, and our paintbrush. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna make sure this whole butt is covered with a coat of, tack it over and over. Okay, when that tack it over and over dries, it dries sticky. Okay. And then I'm gonna go very carefully. This is easier with a flat edged paintbrush, but I don't have one right now, so we're just gonna use this guy. And I'm gonna do a little bit of tack it over and over on this top edge. And we're gonna get this guy glittered. Right along this top edge. Toot toot. Okay, we're just getting a little bit, it doesn't take a lot. Getting in there and get that little bit of glue. And so I was saying it's okay to glitter up here because the epoxy will saturate through the glitter, but it will not saturate through the vinyl. You cannot, the epoxy will not go through the vinyl and adhere onto that tumbler. So you want to leave that little edge of the tumbler exposed so you get a good seal on your epoxy up there. Okay. All right. Clean that off. All right. So now we've got that rocking and rolling. Top and bottom are ready to go. Let's pick a glitter color. I'm going to go with super light pink. We're going to go with Desmond. Glitter 50, glitter in all caps, 50, no spaces. We'll give you 50% off all the glitter on the website. I'm using Desmond. He's going to be our baby pink. And glitter 50 is our 50% off coupon code that is active right now. Okay, so we're going to just put a little, I want to do just baby pink. Okay, and cover our butt. Little spot that's missing. All right, so now we've got our pretty little glitter butt in Desmond. And we've got our glitter top. Looks like we're missing a little bit of glue right here. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to let this guy dry. Before we glitter dust or brush off this, to get that nice line up there, we're going to go ahead and let him dry as he's going to get and clean this guy up. Okay, where's my... So we're going to just push that off the side. I'm going to clean up my cup here because it's starting to get real messy. Now, if you want this process to go faster, you can use UV resin. Put a little bit of opalescent glitter down into UV resin and put it in the center and cure it with UV resin. And then it's done. Bloop. Okay. We're covering the whole butt on this one, so this will take an extra day. And we're gonna let this dry. Then we'd spray seal it with spray seal it with clear glossy spray paint. We're gonna let this dry, dust this off, and then we do our first coat of epoxy over this, and then we're ready to go for the next step. So this process of adding epoxy to our sublimated tumblers or vinyl wrap tumblers before we rhinestone them just takes you a step past just a simple rhinestone tumbler. So when you're ready, when you get your rhinestone skills honed down and you're ready for like that next step to try something different, this is gonna be your next step. All right. All right, so I cleaned up my craft, sorry, I mixed. So now I'm gonna do my gingerbread tumbler. This guy's up on the website. We sell this as a full vinyl wrap. We also sell this as a sublimation print or the pre-sublimated tumbler. You can get it however you want, okay? This one I'm gonna do a really pretty, craft knife, get this guy off of there. I'm gonna do a really pretty gold on the bottom. I'm gonna go with the gingerbready kind of color for the butt. So I'm gonna pick Oswald. Oswald is a really pretty kind of champagne gold. A little bit, well, it's a little bit more, yeah, it's not quite champagne gold. Yeah, champagne gold, I would say, yeah. So Oswald is gonna be like our champagne gold, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go in, grab my doesn't matter, get the glue on, make it messy, and then go smooth it out when you're done. Just make sure you get it on there. And then when you go to the top line, go a little slower, a little smoother. Just go right along that edge. Get your adhesive on. If you were just popping in, If you haven't gone to the website, go check it out. We've updated the website. It's going to be a little easier to shop. There's now a whole section for UV DTFs with them kind of sectioned out, make it a little easier to go through them and look at them for what you're looking for. And there is a new bundle up today. So you're going to save $3 by buying the bundle. It's going to have the 3 different rhinestone mixes together. You're going to have the resin rhinestone mix standard. Then you're going to have 2 micro mixes in the bundle. And when we bundle, we always discount. So it is $3 off if you were to buy everything individually. Those are also still available individually, but if you want the bundle, will all come together. Okay. All right. So this looks ready to rock and roll. There we go. All right. Now this guy is sublimated, so he does not have that little seam across the top. It's only a sublimated tumbler. So we don't have to worry about glittering that top edge if we don't want to. And so we're just going to go in and put Oswald on the butt. Again, I chose the gold, kind of go with the gingerbread color. This tumbler has the gingerbread recipe on it. So I think that gingerbread will be cute. And I'm going to try to find some cute little holiday UV DTFs, the minis, and stick a couple on the bottom. But this has a gingerbread cookie recipe on it. And so I'm going to be rhinestoning this using the antique brass and the holiday hoedown. So if you go on the website, grab it, and you want to do this tumbler, grab a holiday hoedown and an antique brass. Okay, so this one now is going to dry. It's going to take a second. And that was Oswald. So today we've used Desmond and Oswald, a light pink, a baby pink, and a champagne gold. Okay, now we're going to take our bat and we're just going to just gently dust off any of the extra Desmond. Okay, same at the bottom. I definitely didn't use enough glue down here, so I'm going to need to do a second coat. So I'm going to go ahead and, so when I glitter duster brush it off, I didn't put enough glue on the bottom, so it wasn't a sticky enough. So we're going to go ahead and don't panic. I'm always a make it work person. Don't freak out. Just clear glossy spray paint this. First, I'm going to glitter duster off any loose Desmond all the way around him. Then I'm going to put clear glossy spray paint over the top of this, a couple coats. And then we can go back in and add another coat of the adhesive and start again. So don't panic. Okay, where's my clear? Should be in the box. Gloss. I'm not worried about the top edge. It's just that butt. Okay. Put a little down on there. Okay. Let that one keep drying. Okay, so now we've got the dragonfly. We're going to revisit the dragonfly. We added that extra along the top to make it still a bit more like antique looking. So we're going to go in there with our glitter duster brush and brush off any loose excess. So this is just going to brush off anything that's not actually attached to any adhesive. It's just kind of sticking up. So that's this is going to get rid of that. This is much better. It's more along the lines of what I was hoping for. Kind of a shattered vintage look. Okay, and then I'm going to go dust off any of the excess. Top and bottom. And this is going to get a coat of clear glossy spray paint as well, because I don't want any of this gold when I'm applying the epoxy. I don't want any of the gold shifting and ending up in the middle of the dragonfly. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in the light box. Sorry, not in the light box, in our spray paint box. And I'm going to spray seal this. And then this one is ready for its final coat. All right, I sprayed in all that gold. All right, next tumbler I have up. Hi guys, if you guys are just jumping in, if you go up on the website, there is three new tumblers. The bat is one of them. There's another cute little witch scene. It's all fuchsias and pinks and skulls and bats and dragons and cuteness. And then there is a pink and purple daisy. Okay. And then there's also a beautiful full sheet. It is going to be gorgeous under epoxy. I agree. There's going to be a full sheet, beautiful, colorful sunflowers with some cheetah print and some rainbow on it. And then there's a full sheet pink roses. Okay. Then there's also a bundle. There is a rhinestone bundle, and then there's also a keychain bundle up on the website. So there's a lot of new stuff up on the website today, and the bundles are always discounted when things are bundled together. And as always, the coupon code glitter50 is going to get you half price off the glitter on the website. Okay. So get your goodies. I gotta watch my time. Oh, it's already 7:07. Okay, that was gonna be it. Well, the last thing we were gonna do. I know I'm gonna forget to I know I'm gonna forget to put this in the water, so I'm gonna wrap it. See if I can keep it. Whatever. Okay, so I have this tumbler. This guy also needs a final coat. We started this one a while back. This has got, I think it's called Heart Like a Truck wrap. If you look up Western wrap or country wrap, it's this really beautiful country Western wrap. I did a V-split on it. I also used a Glitter by Design, a GBD, which is a double-sided adhesive sheet that has the swirl on it. And we did the brown and blue swirl. And then I put the faith cross over the top, and we added the black. I just used washi tape to like line it out and detail out. Now this needs one more coat of epoxy and then it's good to go. But I'm like, ooh, this decal launched last week, the little boots with the sunflowers. There's no sunflowers on here, but I'm like, I think it looks really, really cute. It's going to look really adorable on the bottom of this tumbler. So I'm going to stick it on the bottom of this tumbler. Then we're going to put our final coat of epoxy on this, and then I'm going to rhinestone it. So this was not originally intended to be a rhinestone tumbler, but I have a feeling the Sweet Southern Soul or the Southern Soul rhinestone mix is going to be perfect on this tumbler. So I'm going to put this, okay, on the bottom. So if you've not used any UV DTFs before, you take it, I give it a fresh edge cut around the outside edge. Use my my fingerprint really to kind of peel the front away from the back. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to actually stand up. I'm going to line it up because I want this right in the center. Okay, and I'm going to put the boots down. And then those sunflowers are going to be like a pretty little sunflower wreath. Rub it down and then peel it up. Oops. These acrylic nails are terrible. They do not allow me to peel stuff up very well. So get under there with the craft knife. Oh, craft knife is so sharp. It's just cutting through this carrier sheet. Oh, it's too hot to struggle. I didn't feel hot until I stood up. And now I'm feeling the heat. So this one, the decal doesn't want to stick to this epoxy. I haven't really had that happen before, so I'm sure it's me. Let's try from this side. Sometimes you just need a different angle. Nope, that's weird. Nope, it's just, it must be me. Hold on. There we go. So you just got to get one spot where it's working, and then you can usually go from there and coax it off. There we go. These sunflowers are very, very small details, so their adhesive it's strong once it's on there, but it was trying to stay stuck to the carrier sheet. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Just took a little extra minute. So now we've got this super cute little butt instead of the plain butt that it had, which only shows when you're drinking. But now we got that cute. So this decal is up on the website. Go to today's deals. It's going to be under there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wasn't hot until I stood up. Now I'm feeling it. Weehaw. Poor Diane. She's going to have to. I've got all the ACs cranking in here. All right, y'all. I forgot to carry the new stuff over. So if you want to see all the new stuff for today, go to iwantglitter.com, click on today's deals. Don't forget this coupon code, glitter50. That's going to give you half price off of all the glitters today. I use Desmond and Oswald. If you want to grab those guys, they'll be super cheap with the discount. And then there are new UV DTFs for all our ST Club members. There are new vinyl wraps, new sublimation sheets, and new pre-sublimated tumblers. Now this guy, like I said, this is going to get the Sweet Southern Soul rhinestones on it, but I put this cuteness on the butt. Doesn't match perfectly, but I just like the idea of it. You're only going to see it on the butt when it's tipped up. But I'm going to use Sweet Southern Soul to detail this whole thing out, but it needs one more coat of epoxy to be ready to rhinestone. So we'll get those under tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to be able to put my mask on. Plus I've run out of time. All right, everybody on Instagram, thank you guys for hanging out. Go check out the website and we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Oh my God. Okay. And now that I'm aware of the heat, now I feel like I'm dying. Can we get a, I can't see that comment. Where's my phone with the comments? There it is. Can we get a butt bundles of glitter? Can we get a butt bundles of glitter? Yes, but I can't. When you say that, what do you mean? Because one, the glitters are super cheap with the coupon code, and then you could just pick out whatever glitter colors you need to go with whatever tumblers you're working with. I would just be taking a stab in the dark of, like what glitter colors you would want in a bundle. But you guys, I mean, the glitters are so cheap with the coupon code. They're like $2 and $3. So you can just go through and cherry pick your favorites. We used to do bundles. Yeah, the glitters you use to make the tumbler. Oh, you mean these glitters? I mean, that's what. Yes, I'm gonna say I want to say yes, but we just don't have the manpower, Donna. But that's why I show you guys always, so you can go in and just add Oswald and Desmond to your order today, and then use coupon code glitter50. That's why I tell you guys what I'm using, so that way you guys can go search and grab them. Yeah, that we do not have the manpower for me to always have these bundled for you guys previously. Our crew we are small and but mighty, but they only have so much manpower. So we struggle to keep up. We don't struggle to keep up, but we're right at the maximum capacity of what we're capable of. And now I'm in the middle of a move, so that's stressful. That's stressing everybody out. But yes, all right. Yes. I mean, what I could do, Donna, for you is you need 15 people to get done what you want done. Same. We need 5 more people. I just can't afford 5 more people. What I could do is start paying attention to like what we're launching and to pick 2 or 3 glitters that match and put those under today's deals. And they'd be like, if you want the glitters that match, grab them from today's deals. But that's even another thing on like Alyssa's or Maddie's or Morgan's or Diane's plate, and they're pretty swamped. But everyone, it was great to hang out with you guys. I'm gonna jam so I can get up there and take over from Diane. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.